The market open is the most chaotic moment of the entire trading day. But if you know how to read that chaos, it can create some of the cleanest trading setups in existence. It took me 15 years and over $100 million in trading profits to realize something most beginner traders completely misunderstand. The open itself is not random. The opening range is one of the purest battlegrounds between supply and demand that exists anywhere in markets. And if you understand how to trade opening range breaks properly, it can become one of the cleanest momentum setups in your entire playbook. It's called the opening range break, or ORB for short, and it's one of my best strategies. The problem is it's also one of the most butchered topics in trading education. Most of what's out there is oversimplified garbage taught by people who've never actually traded size. I'm Lance, an elite trader with over 15 years on Wall Street and $100 million in verified trading profits. Even though I could make more money trading in one day than I ever will on YouTube, trading was killing me, so I'm now making content to help you learn so trading can kill you instead. Let's start simple. What is an opening range break strategy? An opening range break, or ORB, is exactly what it sounds like. You define a range during the opening period of the trading day, generally the first 30 minutes or so of trading, and then you trade the break of that range once price confirms momentum through it. To define the range, you would take the wick of the high and the wick of the low during that time period. If price breaks above the opening range highs, momentum traders pile in long. If price breaks below the lows, momentum traders pile in short. It sounds almost stupidly simple, which is exactly why most people dismiss it before understanding the underlying psychology. The open is where market participants reposition and psychologically accept the new price range versus the prior range at the close. Overnight information gets priced in, and everyone is reacting to fresh information at the same time. That concentrated decision-making creates volatility, volume, and emotion. And volatility plus emotion is where edge lives for many discretionary traders. During the first 30 minutes or so of trading is when market participants are trying to decide whether that new range is too high, too low, or just right. Kind of like the Goldilocks situation, except instead of porridge, we're dealing with stocks. Now, before we go any further, I need to make something crystal clear, because this is where beginners and other YouTubers completely screw this strategy up. As always, this strategy absolutely must be applied to in-play stocks only. This is one of the biggest lessons of my entire career and something I call the broken slot machine concept. The majority of real trading opportunities come from a tiny subset of highly active names, not random dead tickers chopping around with no catalyst and no participation. If you want to know how to find in-play stocks, I'll leave the link to this video in the description. If you try to trade opening range breaks on random low volume garbage, you're gonna get chopped into pieces. The edge comes from imbalance, it comes from urgency, and it comes from crowded positioning and emotional behavior. You need exceptional volume and interest in the stock, otherwise there's no fuel behind the range break. So why do opening range breaks actually work? It's because in-play stocks making exceptional moves or trading on fresh news catalysts, tend to trend one way or the other to find a new market equilibrium. The opening range essentially acts as a compression zone, where buyers and sellers temporarily establish equilibrium before one side loses control, and a new equilibrium needs to be found. Once that initial range breaks, liquidity tends to cascade in the direction of momentum. Think about it like this. The open is where uncertainty is highest during that Goldilocks decision of price being too high, too low, or just right. Once price proves itself outside the opening range, uncertainty starts collapsing. The market is basically saying, okay, we were too low, time to find the higher range that is just right. And once acceptance occurs, that usually leads to trends. Now, let's get into the 3 most common use cases where I find opening range breaks particularly effective. The first is exhaustion gaps. This is probably the most misunderstood version because beginners think every huge gap is automatically bullish. Sometimes massive gaps are actually exhaustion, and the opening range foretells a move lower. A great example over the last couple years would be names like Super Microcomputer or MicroStrategy. These stocks gapped up massively higher after already going vertical for days or weeks. At the time, social media was euphoric and retail was chasing. CNBC is suddenly pretending they discovered the stock yesterday, and everyone feels like a genius. But here's what experienced traders understand. Late-stage momentum often creates trapped buyers. The last buyers into euphoric moves are usually the weakest hands. So what happens? The stock gaps up huge, everyone piles in emotionally at the open, and then the opening range becomes critical. If the stock fails to hold that opening range and breaks lower, suddenly all those euphoric late buyers are trapped simultaneously. That's when opening range breaks to the downside can become incredibly powerful. You get longs puking their positions, momentum funds de-risking, and short sellers pressing into weakness, all at once. Sometimes those reversals become absolute waterfalls. That is exactly what happened intraday to both SMCI and MSTR. This was the opening range in SMCI, and this was the opening range in MSTR. Then once they both broke below that range, it was look out below. One of the biggest mistakes traders make here is trying to predict the top before the trend confirms. So they take a bunch of losses while the stock is in no man's land. A concept I explain in this video, rather than waiting for the range to break for them to then position. The opening range break gives you that confirmation mechanism. You are waiting for price to prove momentum exhaustion instead of blindly guessing. The second major use case is continuation plays. This is where opening range breaks become absolutely deadly in strong momentum environments, especially on day one after big catalysts like earnings, FDA approvals, major guidance, or AI announcements. Really any truly material catalyst. This is the type of stuff traders like Christian Qualamaggi have mastered through concepts like episodic pivots. A stock reports major news, and institutions suddenly need exposure. The estimates re-rate, and price discovery begins anew. The key thing beginners fail to appreciate is that institutional money often cannot fully position immediately. Large funds scale into positions over days or weeks, so the opening range essentially becomes a launch pad. The stock gaps on earnings, it consolidates during the opening range while buyers and sellers battle. Then once that opening range breaks higher, momentum ignites because institutions continue deploying capital, and shorts start realizing they were trapped against a real catalyst. This happened recently in SanDisk. SanDisk reported earnings after hours on April 30th. The first day of trading following earnings, we were gapping down after what had been a massive run higher in the stock. After forming an initial opening range and attempting a leg lower, we ended up resolving higher. And that break higher was the entry to catch a move that was then off to the races. Now the third use case is one I think that is massively underrated by newer traders. And that's trading opening range breaks in market instruments or market-related stocks during periods of extreme volatility and emotional macro events. One of the best examples recently was the 2025 Trump tariff war panic. During periods like that, markets become incredibly emotional, and once that opening range breaks, so often we just trend hard in that direction. Fear creates urgency. Everyone suddenly wants out at the same time. If the opening range breaks lower during panic, funds de-risk aggressively. Momentum traders pile into shorts, and hedging accelerates. Trapped longs rush for the exits. That's why you often see these incredibly clean trend days during macro fear events. The move feeds itself, and the same dynamic happened during the volatile COVID markets in 2020. The same thing can also happen during euphoric environments too. Once the opening range breaks higher, performance anxiety kicks in. Underinvested managers chase exposure. Shorts capitulate, retail piles in late, and the market starts trending almost mechanically. Honestly, some of the cleanest intraday trends I've ever traded came during periods of macro panic because the emotional intensity was so extreme. You could practically feel the urgency through the screen. And opening range breaks become incredibly important because everyone is watching the same levels. Now let me give you a few important nuances because this is where so much of the edge comes from. First, not all opening range breaks are created equal. The quality of the consolidation matters enormously. You want to study how price behaves inside the range before the break even occurs. With time, you learn to avoid really rangy, noisy consolidation ranges. Second, volume confirmation matters. Weak volume breakouts are far more likely to fail. Real institutional participation tends to leave footprints through volume expansion. Third, market context matters. An opening range breakout long during a steady downtrend is much less appealing than one occurring during a strong risk-on environment. You always want alignment between the stock, the setup, and the broader market whenever possible. And lastly, risk management matters more than the setup itself. I've seen traders find great ORB setups and still blow themselves up because they oversized or revenge traded these failed breaks. No setup works 100% of the time. Even the best traders in the world are wrong constantly. The edge comes from asymmetric risk-reward combined with repetition and discipline. That's why studying matters so much. You want thousands of chart reps, thousands of screenshots, and thousands of examples. The traders who become elite at opening range breaks are not guessing. They've seen and studied the moves before enough times that pattern recognition becomes intuitive. To stop guessing and accelerate your path from a meh trader to a great one, consider joining my trading course where I share literally everything I know, including my top monthly opportunities and Ask Lance Anything sessions. This is the same course that's used by top trading firms to train their traders. And trust me, I poured everything into making sure it's some of the best trading education available. The link's below. At the end of the day, opening range breaks work because markets are emotional, and the open is where emotional intensity peaks. When you combine fresh news catalysts, trap positioning, and crowd psychology, you create the potential for some really incredible directional moves, but only if you stay selective and focus on the truly in-play names. Most traders lose because they try to force action where no edge exists. Meanwhile, the best traders in the world sit patiently, waiting for moments where the imbalance becomes obvious. Opening range breaks, when applied correctly, are one of the clearest examples of that imbalance in all of trading. Thank you for watching, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.